Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. A lot going on today on the show. A lot going on in the planet. Just all the... Oh, my God, I look so shook. I'm not as shook as I look, I swear. Maybe I am. Yeah, I shouldn't swear on that. Totally shook. Brett Hankinson, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Day 13 of saying that on the show. Is it 13? You guys tell me. We'll continue to fucking say it because it still hasn't fucking happened. All right, let's talk about some of the things we're going to talk about today. Captain Marvel has a director, Nia DaCosta, which is exciting, and we'll talk about that. Big Brother premiered last night in the world of fuck yeah news, a fuck yeah news. What kind of news in a fuck yeah news? If you're not a Big Brother fan, start watching now. It was a 2-hour premiere. It's on 3 days a week. We'll be talking about it on this show. Can't help it, but I'll fill you guys in for those of you who don't watch so you don't feel left out. Saw an article, think it was in the New York Post, Times, New York something. Doesn't really matter, though, because it's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is it spun off of that, which is what are we going to do about Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas this year? Just starting to think a little bit about it. Curious your thoughts. Want to talk about it. Then I saw something incredibly moronic about Meghan McCain, who cannot confirm that she will be voting for Biden. Why is that crazy? Well, I will break down the situation for you guys, but what the flying fuck? Meghan McCain. Say it with me now. How do you spell that? We'll do a Roxy's Advice Corner towards the end of the show, too. Some good one for you today. Some good one. Speak English, Rox. It is your first and only language, so you should be relatively decent at it by this time. Also, we'll be taking Super Chats and Streamlabs, of course, as we always do here on Live at the Roxy. Let's get right into it with some of the Streamlabs for today's show. We got one coming in from last night that was from Morse Code Z, who said, another post-live comment. I was in Germany when the 89 quake hit, and my family lived on the coast near Loma Prieta. Prieta? Spent 2 days calling family across the states to see if anyone had talked to my parents. Everyone was fine. Feel for Steph. I spoke to Steph, and every one of her family members who was in Lebanon is fine. So happy to know that. I'm sure you guys would be happy to know that as well. Let's go, Steph. And rooting for you, Beirut and Lebanon, and to everybody over there. I mean, Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice. Ryan White, also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, said, Roxy, I really enjoyed the World Girls show last night. I was and still am skeptical about astrology, but curious in her findings. I thought it was interesting when she said you should rent an RV. I definitely remember you saying that a week or so ago. Yeah, I did. Listen, for anybody who didn't watch the World Girls, I highly suggest you watch the World Girls from last night. Number one, because I think Dorina and Steph are like the two best human beings on the planet. So you should support anything they do. Number two, because I am very skeptical about astrology as well. And I thought that this was a really interesting episode. I don't know what I believe fully still, but she was spot on about so many things. And once we got off the call, we were asking her more questions. And I feel like she just like really nailed all three of us. That's what she said. But Steffi Hill, she's incredible. And also another thing I was thinking about, I don't know that she does this, but I'm sure she would figure it out. Right now, when you're trying to figure out what to get your friends as presents, like birthday gifts or whatever during this time, I feel like a medium reading or a thing like this would be such a cool gift to get somebody. So just think about that because I thought she was really wonderful and has such a gentle, kind way about her. I really like Steffi, always have, but I thought she did a phenomenal job on the show. Yeah, I kind of do want to rent an RV, but I don't want to go alone. I'm always alone. I want to go with somebody, but I don't know who. So we'll figure it out on that one. Let's talk to Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, who said, "Hello, Roxy. Love you as always. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I hope you and all the hashtag Rockstars band have a happy, sunny, and fuck yeah, news-filled rest of your Thursday. Sending lots of bunnies to you all. Peace, love, and hugs. Stay awesome, RJ and band." Don't you guys just fucking love Glenn? Like, you know, this is what I've said before in the past. If you don't like the movie Princess Bride, then there's something like a little wrong with you. If you don't love Glenn, there's something a little wrong with you. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Singing and dancing Roxy? Anybody's favorite Roxy? Just wondering. She's kind of mine. That's how I feel. So I love her so much that I decided to play myself back on the YouTube. Apparently. All right. So let's get to some of these topics on today's show. As we're going through, feel free to Streamlabs, to super chat, to comment along. I want to know your guys' thoughts on everything, obviously. And then I will be doing, as I said, an advice corner at the end because I think you guys have been liking that, which is cool because I like giving advice. And who knows if it's any good, but I do try. She's so weird. She's so weird. Captain Marvel 2 is going to be directed by Nia DaCosta. I will say this. I was a big fan of Captain Marvel 1. I know a lot of people were not. That surprised me. I just thought the movie had such badass energy to it. I thought that it was interesting, fun, empowering, kick butt. I love the 90s. So 9 Inch Nails t-shirts have my life and my full support. I think it's awesome that this director is a woman of color. I never saw Little Woods, so I definitely don't know her work that well. The fact that she went from Little Woods, though, to being the director of Candyman definitely says something. Obviously, studios have a lot of faith in her, and she seems to be a fan favorite. So, cool. Fuck yeah, cool. I'm into this. Prior to doing any of those things, she did a short called Night and Day, but that's pretty much it. She also did 2 episodes of a TV series called Top Boy. I looked this up because I was like, what the fuck was Top Boy? 2 London drug dealers ply their lucrative trade at a public housing estate in East London. I don't know what it is. Looks intense as hell, though. So it's a crime drama thriller. We know that she's in the wheelhouse of thrillers typically because of Little Woods and Candyman. Captain Marvel will be very different. We've seen James Wan do it before, though. So, hey, why not? I think that a lot of directors move from the horror genre into more action adventure, comic booky, bright genre. So we'll see how this goes. I like the character, so I'm excited about this. Would love to know from you guys how you feel. All of my friends who have seen Little Woods seem to be saying incredible things about it. It was a 2018 movie. Its logline is a modern Western about 2 sisters who work outside the law to better their lives. Crime, drama, Western. I thought it was a little more thrillery than that. Maybe that's the crime aspect of it. Tessa Thompson and Lily James star in it. So we obviously know that she's a woman who knows how to get great performances out of other female actresses, as many women do. Yes, this seems like a yes. This seems like a fuck yes. Anybody else think this seems like a fuck yes? I saw only positive things from online about this, which is cool because usually you see some shade and some shit. So I'm happy to see that. Let's get to Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar to see what you guys are talking about in here. Garrett A.M. Lee with some support. Hey, Rox, you don't have to read this out loud. Whenever you guys say I don't have to read something out loud, is that because you don't want me to read it out loud, or you like think that it's annoying to have to read it out loud. So I don't know whether I should or shouldn't. Maybe I'll read it later, because when you guys say that, I just don't know. I don't know what you want. What you want. Oh, guys, good reminder to myself. I hooked it up and started doing something on Postmates because I wanted to deliver it 10 minutes into the show, or exactly 10 minutes into the show. So I just hit deliver. Fuck yeah, Roxy's on her game, and she's going to be able to eat food, because after this, I am filming a Schmodown match. Can't tell you which one, but I am filming one like directly after this. So I need food between, because have not eaten today. Will say that since shit has hit the fan in my life in the last almost 2 months, my loved ones have sent me such beautiful things. I told you guys about my friend Chris, who sent me flowers and frozen shrimp and ice cream and guacamole and chips, because those are like my favorite things. So that was pretty fucking incredible. Also, then my aunt last night, I posted this on Instagram, sent me a massive box of blueberries. I love blueberries and they're delicious. And so I think that was really fucking sweet. Like, couldn't be more generous and kind. And people just seem to like be reaching out and showing love. So maybe I should start sending my friends some random things. It's nice. It's nice to feel the love. So don't know why I just got into that, but because I haven't eaten. So after this, I probably will have some blueberries. What's the point of that? Anyway, Obie Sanders in the super chat. Meghan McCain is being controversial for publicity. I think it's time for you all to do a World Girls Twitch stream, maybe once a week. Well, we're just finally doing a once a week YouTube one. So maybe let us find our footing a little bit there. We still need to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're currently at 330 or something like that. 333. Ooh, that's half of 666. The devil. Jake, could you throw it in there so I can pop it up, please? I'm sure you already have, but let's do it again so that we can get some more subscribers. We got to get to 1,000 by the end of the month. Let's do it, friends. Sir Joker 40 said, hello, Miss Stryer. Who's your favorite horror villain? Do you have a favorite horror movie? Stay phenomenal. I like thrillers more than I like horrors. I don't have a favorite horror villain. No, I definitely don't. Is that bad? Give me some options. The Sixth Sense has always been my favorite thriller. It's just like fucked me up as a kid. But yeah, I don't think I have a favorite horror villain. I can't even like, other than like Freddy, and I can't really think of many horror villains right now. Although I do love horror movies. Is that bad? Well, she tries. Because you mentioned McCain, I guess we should just get right into it and talk about Meghan McCain, who is like severely, severely pissing me off. There was like 50,000 tweets about this that all depicted it better than even I can depict it, which is just why this is so egregious and ridiculous. There was an article in the Daily Beast that talked about it. They put out an awesome tweet about it, but also an author named Brian O'Sullivan tweeted out and said, Meghan McCain can't decide who she's voting for. Biden eulogized your father after he passed. Trump said he prefers war heroes who weren't caught and routinely made fun of your father after he died. Wake the F up. Here's what I'll tell you guys. My father is still with me, and I'm very blessed to have him here. But my mother is gone, as you guys know. So that's what we call, my sister and I made up DPC, the Dead Parents Club. We all can relate to each other. We all feel each other. DPC is like, if you're one of us, it's all different for everybody, but you're part of it. So I feel for her being in DPC, but and I really truly mean this, over my dead body, would I ever vote for somebody who came after my mother the way that Trump came after her father? The amount of like disrespect and fucked upness in that statement and comment, like even if politically I aligned closer with him if he said the things about my mom that he did her dad, especially about the war hero stuff. You don't have my fucking vote, you fucking ass. Like, and so when I saw this from Meghan McCain, the amount of disrespect in this statement to her father is egregious and incredibly upsetting. I was shocked by it. Not because I expected otherwise, but just because if you don't want to say anything, maybe don't say anything. Like, why would you speak on this then? I mean, are you fucking kidding? Just so disrespectful. And everybody handles grief and whatever differently, but like, ugh. Just can't. Daily Beast's article was Meghan McCain won't commit to voting Biden over Trump. Meghan McCain officially signed off on The View for the summer last week, but she still had more opinions to share with the world on Watch What Happens Live on Wednesday night, which is last night. McCain spent most of the episode dishing with host Andy Cohen, her good friend S.E. Cupp, and Jerry O'Connell about the Real Housewives and other Bravo stars. It wasn't until the end of the episode that they got into questions about her future at The View and her plans for the 2020 election. In response to a viewer who wanted to know if she will be staying on as a co-host after her baby is born, McCain replied, "Why does everyone ask me if I'm getting fired or quitting every 20 seconds? No other host has gone through this BS yet. Yes, I'm coming back. It's an election cycle." That comment prompted Cohen to say, "You are voting for Joe Biden, I'm assuming?" And she said, "I'm not saying who I'm voting for." But then she said, "But I'm not voting for Trump." So that part is a little better, that she added that she was not going to endorse him because obviously what he said about her father, but this is what like people just don't understand when they don't vote. When you're not saying that you're voting for Biden, if you're not voting for Biden, you are voting for Trump. Even if you're not voting for him, it's as crazy as that sounds. You can't, when somebody is as egregious and disgraceful as Trump is, if you want to vote for him to be gone, you have to vote for the only other person that can win. And yes, I agree, Joseph Ashley, she doesn't want to lose her conservative audience. But come on, like, this man demoed your father, and Biden gave the eulogy for your father because they loved and respected each other. And it's fucked up that this is the way that the two-party system works. It's fucked up, but sometimes you can only deal with what is. And that's what is right now. And if we want to change that, then we have to change that. But, ugh. Every person's allowed to vote however they want to vote. That's what a democracy is. But I can't respect this decision, and I don't have to respect the decision that she's making here. And I just think it's gross. I really do. Seems like some of you guys agree, some of you guys disagree. Interesting thoughts going on here. Obie Sanders says, Biden isn't anyone's first choice, but he's the must choice now. Sorry for all the super chats. Never apologize for super chats. Thank you so much. Gotta pay my rent. Starting my fund early this month, guys. Yeah, I agree. He's for sure not my first choice. Hence why I didn't vote for him in the primary. And if Elizabeth Warren was out at that point, then I would have voted for Pete Buttigieg. And if he was gone at that point, then, I mean, like, Yang would have gotten my vote before Biden, and Bernie would have gotten my vote before Biden. Klobuchar would have gotten my vote before Biden. Like, they're just really, truly, Biden was not my first, second, third, fourth choice. But he's in my top 10 because there were maybe 10. And Trump is my last. Trump is my last choice. So you have to vote for the person that isn't your last choice, which is Biden. It's pretty fucking clear and simple to me. Yeah, Warren. I love her. just upsetting stuff from McCain. And I know that stuff is more sensitive to me than maybe to other people. But if you're DPC, then maybe you feel similarly to how I feel. Let's go to Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Toppy the topic. Love that handle always. Have you got any tattoos? And if so, what do they say? Is there any specific ones you're planning on getting? Thanks for asking. I can try to show you. Yeah, because of the shirt I'm wearing. So on my shoulder, maybe I'll turn around. It says, can you see that? It says better, not bitter. Yeah, I think you can see. And so this handwriting is from a letter from my mom, because it's pretty unbelievable that they can do that at the tattoo shop parlor. They can do handwriting, which is just amazing. And it comes from a quote of my dad's that he always said, especially when my mom was sick, where it's really how I try to live my life. Better, not bitter. And I try to make like every decision in my life with that. Being a bitter person negatively affects you more than anybody else. So it doesn't even help. And when situations can get you down, if you can choose to become a better human being for them, because certainly I never, ever, ever would say that I am glad that she's gone, because I would really cut off one of my limbs for my mom to still be here. But I am a much better person after dealing with her death. I am. And I'm not bitter because of it. I'm sad and it sucks, but I am much better. And I've learned compassion and empathy in ways that I didn't have before. And what it means to be a caretaker and what it means to truly love somebody more than you love yourself. And those are things that you can't learn in a textbook or from really many experiences. So better, not bitter. And that's my one and only. My sister has the same one. Hers is a little farther over behind her neck, but same exact one. And we got it together. And we got it 4 years after my mom passed. Actually, it would have been 4.5 years, because we got it in the November of that year, back in Boston and Cambridge we went. And I love it. I spend every day loving that tattoo. There's not been 1 second that I wish I didn't have it. It's in a place that when I look over my shoulder, I feel like she's there, so I can see it. Other people can see it, but it's not visible all the time. It's only really visible if I want it to be. If I don't, I just use my hair to go like this. Not that I ever don't want it to be visible, but just, in certain situations, sometimes you just do something for yourself. In terms of, do I have any that I'm planning on getting? I don't know that I'll ever get another tattoo in my life. Maybe I will. I've made the very conscious decision that I will never put something on my body that I'm not positive I want on my body for the rest of my life. So I waited after my mom, we waited the 4+ years, because we were like, what do we want? We really thought about it. We sat on it for years. My sister has gotten other tattoos since. A lot of people say you get that tattoo bug. I don't have a tattoo bug. If I'm going to get something on my body, it's something I want fucking there, and I've wanted forever, So there's nothing that I'm thinking about right now, because there's nothing at all that I want. This is it. But you never know the future and what happens. And there might at some point down the line be something that means as much to me as that does. In which case I would get it on my body. I love tattoos. And I already now can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery because I got it. So getting another one wouldn't really make much of a difference. Oh, this tea is really delicious today. Some days tea just totally hits the spot. Okay. Thank you for asking that, Toppy the topic. I appreciate you. And thank you to anybody else who is putting in super chats or Streamlabs today on this show. A little bit of a slow day and the super chats, Streamlabs. That's okay. I appreciate you guys nonetheless. Let's talk a little Big Brother. This will get us going here, guys. Big Brother All Stars premiered their season 22 last night. And even if you don't watch, no worries. Here's what I have to say. To those of you guys who do or don't, I'm a little fucking bummed about this season. I'm excited because it's Big Brother All Stars. So what that means is they brought back some of the best players of all time. a lot of people who have won or came in second or third, some of the big personalities, people that we love to hate, people that we love to love. Sometimes some of the people came back from season like 6, season 10 and 11. I mean, they really went back. I was surprised. Usually they don't go that far back. Well, they don't do All-Stars often, but I thought it was going to be a lot more people from season 15 and up, and they really went back. There were some people that I was like, I don't even remember you really. But like Kesar, I was like, wait, Kesar. But then I did because he was on the other All-Stars. And listen, of all the people, I think 2 of them aren't married, and the majority of them have kids, and most of them are in their 40s, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, part of the reason I love Big Brother is because I love the showmances. I love them. More people have gotten married and stayed married from Big Brother than from The Bachelor. Just think about that for a second. Like, true love sometimes takes place on this show. I love the bromances too, but the showmances to me are such a vital part of the gameplay, because people always fuck up their game because they fall in love. And that's part of it. Like, it's part of the drama of the show. If I just wanted a competition show with 0 other things going on, then I would watch fucking American Ninja Warrior. Like, this isn't just a competition show. It's competition of social, of physical, of mental, and we're taking out a big chunk of that without the relationships. I don't know whether they're doing that because of COVID, but that doesn't really make sense because they all had to get tested before going in the house anyway. So what's the difference between sitting next to somebody and making out with them? If you don't have COVID, you don't have COVID. So that was kind of surprising to me. I just don't really understand why they're not putting any. There's a ton of contestants from the past that are hot and young and single. And like, it just is so strange to me to make this choice. I tweeted it out, and it seemed like a lot of people agreed with me, and it seemed like a lot of people disagreed with me. And they were like, no, the showmances fucking suck. They take away from the game. It should all be about competition. Showmances are part of the competition. It's part of the alliances. It's part of everything. So yeah, I'm excited for this because at least we have Big Brother this year. I didn't think we were going to get it. And I love this show. And I love watching Julie Chen enunciate Moonves so hard and like fuck up hosting so bad every week. She's like, listen to me. In this episode, guys, Julie Chen, the host, is trying to get them to pay attention to her because it's a live show. She's like, hello, it's me, Julie. Is anybody listening? The last person is sick gets evicted. Hello. I'm like, this is wild. Like, you are so annoying sounding right now. But you know, it is what it is. She's the freaking host. So I'm excited for this season. There's another episode tonight. It's every Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. We're not getting our first eviction until next Thursday. I wonder how long they're going to be in the house. I don't know if they've announced that. Is it going to be a typical 100-day thing, or because we're starting so much later in the summer, is it going to be earlier? Yeah. We'll see. Let's see. Mark says, I just want Janelle and Danny to destroy everyone. I'm so into that. Janelle is the shit. Danny is the shit. I want that too, for sure. But it's hard. It's hard. Like, who the fuck's going to make out? Who's going to cuddle on the hammock? Who is going to bone in the HOH room? I need the drama. Who's going to get really drunk and yell at each other? Come on. Bring on the drama. Going into the super chat, Chris Burke says, hey, Roxy, it's Avery. Hi, Avery, honey. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. I miss you. Same. Sorry I haven't been on in a while. Been doing some acting and modeling. Fuck yeah, Avery. Sorry. I know you're 12. Hell yeah, Avery. Heck yeah, Avery. Just wanted to say hi to my favorite girl, Avery and Chris. We're obsessed with you. I'm glad to see that you've been doing some acting and modeling. That's great. I hope your dad is doing okay post all the COVID stuff. And thank you for popping in. Joseph Ashley, who do you think will be in Alliance? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. I mean, I think that one half of Renegade and one half of Hitman should team up because that's amazing. Janelle and Danny, that's pretty dope. Yeah, just like really trying to figure out how it works this in, like, I got to get to know some of the old people who I don't know as well. Got to get to know them more because I haven't been. Chris Martinez says I sent a Streamlab, but I'm not sure if it went through. Let me know if I need to send it again. No, it went through. It went through. I can read that right now, Chris, if you're getting antsy, but I appreciate you calling it out because sometimes there is I do miss things. So Chris said, hey, Roxy, I hope you're having a great day. Star's having a rough couple of days. Oh, no. I was wondering if you could send her some love and support because we love women supporting women here. Hell yeah, we do, Chris. Also, we love the World Girls episode last night. Thanks. I'm so glad. I wonder if this is about her job and her boss. I hope she's doing okay. Listen, everybody I know is having a rough week. I mean, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but like this week seems to be like a week for so many people in the last couple weeks. So take comfort in knowing, Star, that you're not alone. That doesn't make you feel any better that other people are feeling worse, but just like this time fucking sucks. And hopefully my advice corners are helping a little bit with getting a routine, with being 1% happier. Today, we're going to talk about bracing for impact, which is an interesting one. And I'm excited to talk about that. I'm sure you guys have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but sorry that you're going through a rough one, Star. And thank you for supporting the World Girls. I really appreciate that. We got one new subscriber in this episode today. So slowly but surely, we are trucking along. And I thought that episode was one of our best live ones so far. We've got 2 more live ones this month, and then we've got an IRL one that's highly produced, and definitely looking forward to that quarantine crafts. So we'll give you guys some fun, cool things to do. Yeah. Sometimes when you take a breath, doesn't that feel really good? I forget all the time. Let's talk about the holidays. I say it like a true Jew. Holidays, Hanukkah. What do we do this year? What do we do? We've got Halloween coming up. And what do we do about this? Can kids go trick-or-treating? Not really. I think parents are going to have to get pretty creative. You buy candy, put it around the house in different locations, make them like answer riddles in order to get the candy. I don't know. I'm just making things up. You can still do costumes. You can still kind of dress up, but Halloween is October 31st and it is only August, but what we know is that we will not have a vaccine by that point. And it's a little concerning. For Thanksgiving, I think that if you already live home and you live with your family, no shit. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have people get tested if they're coming over. Just be as safe as you can. Thanksgiving can kind of rock on. But most people, or a lot of people, travel for Thanksgiving, including myself. And I don't know. I'm torn this year. Thanksgiving is the busiest travel day of the year, or the Wednesday before. I don't know if that's a good time to travel when it's that busy. So maybe if you can try to leave a little bit before. But can you miss that much work? I'm sitting here contemplating all of those things. And usually when I go home for Thanksgiving, it's so that I can like see all my friends, see all my family, go to the high school reunion, go to the bars. That obviously can't be done. So is the price tag even worth it when tickets home for Thanksgiving are usually $800 round trip? It's the one time a year I go home. This year, I don't know. Christmas and Hanukkah, same thing. Like, can you even gather with your family? Just the holidays are going to be last night when we had Steffi Hill on, our astrologist, she was telling us that November does not look like a good month. And I feel like you don't need to be an astrologer, not saying that she isn't seeing that in the stars, because I'm sure she is, but you don't need to be an astrologer to really think about that. It's going to be colder, especially back east. It's going to be very cold, probably. It's going to be the holidays, and a lot of people are going to be alone. I'm probably going to be home alone for all of the holidays, by myself. That's fucking depressing. It's definitely depressing. And same thing with Christmas. I mean, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I'm just looking down the pipeline, looking at the calendar, thinking about things, and it's like like that. Like the same noise that I made to start the show. That's what it feels like. It feels like, uh-oh. But it did bring me to my advice corner of the show for today that I want to talk to you guys about, which is something that I've been thinking a lot about, which is something I've said for many years to a lot of my friends. There's all these quotes about worrying, and people phrase this in all different ways, but the way that I phrase it is you cannot brace for impact. So what does that mean? Sometimes when you know something's coming, you try to brace for it. Like, okay, so if you know that, like, for example, going back to my mom when she was really sick and I knew she was going to pass, you don't pull away beforehand because it's not going to make it hurt any less once it happens. There's nothing you can really do sometimes to prepare for emotions. So if you feel detached, if you're like, okay, if I detach, then I'll feel less sad, that doesn't usually fucking work. So there's no point in worrying or detaching or bracing for impact when you're going to just have to feel those emotions, and there's no fucking getting around that. Same thing in relationships. If you feel like there's a breakup coming, so you try to do all the things that you can to brace for impact. Number one, you might actually end up causing that breakup. But number two, it's not going to hurt any less once you break up because you had all these emotional things happen before. Like you tried to be more independent feeling and like, okay, no, I don't need this and it's fine, and or be distant, or you clung too much thinking, okay, like whatever it is, you're not gonna feel any different when it actually happens, whatever the event is. I found this new Instagram account that I really adore. You ever find an Instagram account and you're like, oh God, this just like every single post on here touches my soul. And this one really did. It's called third_I_thirst. It's like 1 million followers, but I'd never heard of it. And this is what it said. Someone once told me, if you stress too much about something before it happens, you basically put yourself through it twice. And I feel like someone needed to hear that too. Totally. So while you can feel positive feelings, feel that instead of bracing for those negative feelings. So how does that relate to the holidays? And how does that relate to the astrologer Steffi telling us that November's going to suck? You don't want to start feeling shitty now so that the transition into November or the holidays feels less shitty. You want to give yourself as much joy as you can now so that in case that does hit, you haven't been feeling sad for 4 months. It still will feel sad, but it will feel sad for less time. And why would feeling sad for longer actually help the situation? Is this making sense? Roxy Advice Corner. John Eugene in the super chat. Thank you, John. Really appreciate that. Thank you for your support. Yeah, so you cannot brace for impact. Don't be sad pre-being sad so that feeling sad feels less sad, because it won't work. So try to feel happy while you can in your relationship, with your family, in the summertime, anytime that you can, so that when something does happen, that's when you start feeling that. I've actually been drinking, slurring her words. Noah, why do you say mean things sometimes? No, I haven't been drinking. Actually, I haven't had a drink in days. And I don't think I am slurring my words. Matt Link, hashtag no pre-sad. Totally. Hitman Hudson, going back to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, said, They really should replace Julie Moonves with the far superior Roxy Stryer. What are your top 3 favorite Pixar movies? Mine are Coco, then Up, then Cars. I don't know. Probably Inside Out, Up, and Toy Story, I think. Definitely Inside Out and Up. Definitely that. This year has been absolutely depressing. Intelligence cycle, yeah, for sure. For fucking sure. And everyone is feeling that. Everyone. In the super chat, in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, Garrett_AM_Lee says, if you could be anything for Halloween, I think we should all still dress up, just no parties / trick-or-treating. That's kind of cool. What costume would you want to wear? I would love to be Batman Beyond. Also, hope you can go back to my other Streamlab. So do you want me to read it on air? Maybe he does. So even though he said you don't have to read this out loud, it said, I'd love to know if you would be open to me as a second on days when you don't have a guest or staff to talk to. I'm an aspiring actor, voice actor, and have my own podcast. Of course, I would do it for free. Oh, hi, Garrett. That's so sweet. Honestly, there's so many people in this space who've been asking me to be on the show, and I have like such a long list of people that I need to fucking get to. I'm trying to make sure that I'm bringing people on the show that you guys know. That doesn't mean that never would happen, but definitely I need people that like I naturally have chemistry with and vibe with, and I just don't know you that way yet. But I appreciate you wanting to be here, and maybe at some point we do a fans of the show or friends of the show couple episodes. But I think, Garrett, that you're probably not alone in wanting to pop on. So I don't know that it would be fair even necessarily to the rest of the rock stars. But maybe I make that a Patreon tier or something, and then people get to pop on once a month or anything like that. I really appreciate you wanting to be here. In terms of costumes, I've really always wanted to be Poison Ivy. I want to get a sick costume for that. I need a wig and I need a whole thing. But I don't think this year is the year. You never know, though. You never know. Glenn Caesar. Glenn, how do you do this? How and why? Obsessed with Glenn. He said, hey, Roxy, this is just because I felt like it. Maybe you can put it towards the rent or towards a fun adventure that I want to have, that you want to have. You decide. I really need a fun adventure. You guys know I've been here every single fucking day. Either way, I'm sure you'll put it to good use. Whatever you decide, I hope it makes things easier on you, RJ. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you so much. Love you always. And Glenn is the best. Yeah, I want to start doing mini adventures more. In this time, you guys know I've been sitting here every single day in quarantine. I've gone live, except for one when we did Blackout Tuesday. And I take no time off and I don't go anywhere. And I need to do something for a day or something. And even if I stream from the road for a little bit or whatever. Thank you, Glenn. I love you so much and adore you, and just you've made my life so much better, and you have the best energy, and it's probably because you meditate, and I know I should start. Thank you. Matthew Gold in the Streamlabs says, I was disappointed my BB player Morgan Willett wasn't chosen to be on. Yeah, I don't know if she put that out into the universe that she even wanted that, but you know I love her. She's a good friend of mine too, so I would always love to see her on the show. All right, I think we are getting out of here pretty soon, but thank you guys so much for being here in the chat and being here live. For anybody who's watching this after the fact, I appreciate you guys. One more shout out to Glenn, because God damn, is he generous and just the frickin' best. Also, shout out to my amazing mods, Matthew Gold, Jake Yakavetta, for laying down the lawn here whenever you guys have to, but also just being awesome. Appreciate you guys so much. And to everybody else, please, if you cannot financially support right now, I totally understand this is a fucking shitty ass time. Please thumbs up this video. 150 people watching live right now. 100 thumbs up. It really makes a difference. Comment on it. If you haven't already subscribed to the World Girls and this channel, please subscribe to both of those channels. It means the world to me. I don't know. I have to look into who I want to book this week. I love doing these solo shows with you guys because I can't really do advice corners when I have people on. And I feel like during this time, we really need to connect and have that heart to heart and talk. But I do have a few people who want to come on this week. So maybe I'll book some of them for this week and this weekend. Much love to everybody. Thank you to Jake always. And for putting this in here right now. Glenn says salute to you all for the kind words. Yeah. Okay. You guys are incredible. Much love. Do your best to stay safe during this time, treat people with kindness, and also remember you can't brace for impact. So try to be happy while you can because we just don't know what the fuck is coming tomorrow. Love you lots, and I'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. live at the Roxy.